Alyssa Smith and forward from Stanford. 0, Kelsey.
Indiana Fever's homestand continued by CareSource, and how guide Indiana to a playoff spot, standings and playoff implications. Mix in the house, and that duo we saw.
Got to play behind the play of Caitlin. Knows the 3 W's, who to get them. They feature her offensively, and she.
And a look at our starting lineups presented. Number 36 of a 40-game season for Indiana, just inside, and Boston couldn't finish. But Charles got a piece and a
spot in the playoffs. And Indiana has already clinched. And more discipline is something Christy Sides is talking to her team about.
In her 3rd season leading the Dream, Boston 2. As Charles lines up a deep 2, it rattles out. Steps Howard, she will launch and knock down a 3.
Makes it.
Etcher mark all over the record books as Alicia Gray. Clark sets up Boston, who's open and can't connect from the Charles, league's all-time 2nd leading rebounder and scorer. Going at a future one in Aliyah Boston, turns, fades, fires, gets that clock winding down. Michell to the rim, and they'll just say shot. Ryan Howard lobbing it inside. Charles bats it to and get the jump ball.
Really good job.
And Boston able to tap it to Kelsey Michell, who was in the building. Caitlin Clark way downtown. Who's strong up when she pulls up from there and then misses long. And is Gray through traffic. Gray will try a 3 and knock it down. To confirm that earlier this year. Boston spinning into a double. Hillman has the size advantage on Hull, plows through her.
That matchup with Hull.
Gonna come from behind win, although she misses 2 at the line there. Not have the tie break at least right now. They'll play one more time. Clark call.
He was throwing that to Boston in a crowd.
There's Charles on the block, where she has dominated for over a decade. Leaves that shot to get inside. Hillman comes and help. Here's Lexie Holden, who does what Lexie Holden.
History of the WNBA. She's just the 4th player to shoot in a 5-game span. You know who else is on that list?
Clark. Indiana with an early 3-point lead, and Ryan Howard erases it. Season. Here's Smith trying to create, just puts her head down, shot off the mark.
Clock on multiple possessions.
Canada fading and firing, and Clark driving on Canada. They'll call her for a bump.
Want to play and how they need to play if they want to make a playoff push.
Yeah, Kelsey, we were talking about defense with
in the corner. There's Gray underneath, able to find Charles, who pushed
uncontested shot.
Here's Michell driving inside and drawing the foul.
Transition defense is difficult for their end. These teams are too talented.
Here's Ryan Howard dialing up a 3. That one rims out. Just up Boston in there. She'll just shoot it herself.
Yeah, all quicker.
Charles fading and missing as Smith pulls his 10th. Right now it's been played at the Dream pace.
On for Boston, spins away from the help. That's a big-time post move right there.
A defensive issue, and Canada just going to have to get rid of it and connects. Boston has loads of space, and Charles
spins over that left shoulder. It's a great read and a really good finish.
As well as Temi Fagbenle. Today is her 32nd birthday. As Michell turns the corner, fires up a difficult look. She got it to go.
Left. Forget about it unless you bring help from the weak side.
Howard gets by. Oh, Clark just spinning off Canada and an offensive foul. I think she might have got her with the elbow. Just circling around. Here's the former Fever guard, Maya Caldwell. Shot too strong. Michell pulling up off balance, knocks it down. That's a Caldwell. Oh, she gets the friendly roll. Like WNBA 2 in Atlanta, 1 in Indiana. Kelsey Michell.
I think her arm's going to start falling off. Shoot to your arm.
Well, started the year in Indiana on a training camp contract. Boston shot fakes the 3, pulls up, and gets the bounce herself. Clark on her. Howard has to hoist. Another good defensive possession by Indiana.
To be able to have success.
Here's Lorella Kubai using the right side of the rim, but not as many attempts as they like. That 3 attempt.
Multiple times you set a screen and then you twist your screen to change.
End game. Kubai pinned underneath, wrap around pass, and it was pretty. Atlanta.
in the ACC, playing for Tanisha Wright. When she comes in the game, it's about toughness.
Wheeler and Clark on the floor at the same time. Wheeler just hoists it up there. Looked like
trying to use her length to go over the top.
try her luck on the offensive end. Fagbenle ducks in and finishes.
How about that?
Nice advantage on Wheeler, trying to use it on a kick out. Coffee hits a three. Clark off the screen, fires away. Shot skips out. 2 in that game. Here is Gray on the drive and the
By forcing closeouts. You want to get 2 or 3 closeouts.
She connects.
You always never seems to be, does it?
Gray's been really aggressive. Here's Gray, difficult look. That was defended well by Don Wheeler. Ahead, Fagbenle running the floor. Count it!
This is the risk reward with Fagbenle, right? To the floor. No one was keeping up with her.
3 fouls in 5 minutes, but also has 4 points, a block.
For versatility.
This is for Charles. Charles flips it up and flips it in. On the drive. Setting up Fagbenle. Charles trying to get it to Coffee. It ping-pongs around. Instead, Fagbenle fires away,
Yeah,
and
see,
this is everything. Player has had that. And Charles.
They have such great movement around her. They're moving the balls off the 15 and 10 game. And Tina Charles is having her way.
First half. That'll put her into double digits. Charles, by the way, over again. This is turnover number 8. And Charles can't finish underneath.
Too lateral. Too long across the top of the floor.
Howard. Lost the handle on her way up. Finds its way to Lexie Hull, who knocks. Really looking confident. Now Aliyah Gray answers. Oh, pass ahead. Smith running the floor. Clark Pace throws it up there with the left hand, and that's a loose ball foul, an offensive foul. Hull fire away. 3 for 3. Well, this has just been one of the stunning stretches as Ryan Howard.
It's more over there on the bench than Erica Wheeler. Yeah, they're gonna challenge it. Well, the officials have to communicate better because there was a conferencing page on that.
This is stuck. Egan Abazi, are your officials in, sees it that way. I think you watched that live.
Besides the turnovers, though, Pat, both Indiana at 58%, 67% from 3.
So they'll talk it over. Lexie of those 6 on number 3.
It's officiated contact.
All she's doing is shooting 71. As you notice, shooting really well. Sorts of athletic. Boston wins the tip. Back to Alyssa Smith. Pulls it down too far underneath. That's a tough angle. Somehow got it to go. That. Put it right in the middle of the rim, and so too does Ryan.
That's a beautiful shot. That's a tough pass right there.
Of the first half, Howard can't connect on that 3 ball. Can't get open. Boston takes it herself, fires it up, and it stays down. Boston here in the first half. And Gray knocks down a 3. Atlanta's hit.
Remember, Gray won the 3-point shooting contest. That is over. Since the Indiana Fever have only had 2 feet in the ball over the mid-court line, front court.
Howard gets the fast story. This is the first free throw.
There's a lot of white in the logo right there. Maybe the official.
Michell stepping back and missing on a 3. Oh, and Smith, the spin, the drop, step, and finish.
Too much space.
Gray launches and misses on a 3 ball. First half, Indiana 60%. That hit
Really good, too.
shot clock down to 4. The whistle is a time.
Lexie Hull is doing a really good job defending. She understands scout. She's getting over the top based on personnel, and she's there on the catch with high.
Lexie Hull here as we wind down the first half of action from it.
Before the game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people to the arena.
There's so many new sights to behold this year on a field.
I know, because I've been in there. In the CBA, then you start talking about next for the players. The list for me.
Howard hoists out of the timeout, hitting that shot. See if the team feeds it into Smith, knocked away, turnover 13.
Good change.
12 off of the turnover as Canada spins inside. Subs around 3 taller red jerseys. Gray forcing her way in. That one goes out the half with Atlanta up by 2. And Canada blocked by Smith. Charles on a third effort, gets it up, gets it to go.
Just resilient, hanging on in there, making an extra play. The extra effort.
And Charles now with 13 points from Charles, who is delivering, and Alyssa Smith leaves that shot.
Howard slices the floor, gets to the elbow.
Clark launches, leaves the 3-ball short. Howard shakes off hole and hits a 3.
High in by Christie Sides. They got to wake up if the Indiana Fever look like they're... Well, I'm glad Erica Wheeler got into him a little bit, because Erica Wheeler, with her body language, it's not good basketball body language. And Ryan Howard, he has size, she is determined, she has a
So Howard, who came into this game with back-to-back 30-point performance since Angel McCautry in 2013. Smith is blocked and a foul on the reverse.
Technical fouls getting called, and now they look flat. It's almost the
And now a message from Indiana. Got away with an extra step there. Gray spins, no whistle either way, leaves it short. Really well on those screens. Boston runs into traffic, flips it up, and draws the foul.
Good defensive stop. And then Boston to the...
From the line tonight. Boston rolls in, led into early in the Fever season after making the playoffs as Hillman lays it in. Here in the third quarter, Michell fire away.
Shots.
Indiana's gotten just one stop here in the third quarter.
They're going through the motions right now.
And a lot to play for. Season started today. They'll be watching the Chicago game, which is going to tip.
The way they're playing, I wouldn't count them out, but I would think they could get 3 wins there.
Clark weaves her way inside. Bank shot too strong. Boston tonight. Howard to Charles. No, pretty spin on a second effort. She is blocked, and Canada inside. Charles, size advantage. Shot too strong. Boston. Michell on the drive. Scoop shot and gets the roll. They need defensive stops as Charles short there. And had it knocked away by Canada. Would it be Atlanta ball? Would it be a jump ball? Is it going to be overturned at all? Roy Gobert. Tanisha Wright. I think by definition, if something you can't determine, I'm not talking about this replay in general, but that's one thing I would like to see. Atlanta's got a great chance of winning this. All in all. And it is a success. It's put up 16 points in less than 5 minutes. Ryan Howard is
former Rookie of the Year, former #1 pick.
1-9 in those games without her. They're a 500 team when they've had her. Gets one-on-one. Mitchell's going to pull a three. How's that? Maybe that can get Indiana started here. There's a travel. Short rebound. Shot fake, puts it up. Oh, it's a travel. It's not going to count. In fact, Benley is asking for a review, but you can't review. Feet inside Kubai. Kubai is pinned underneath. Got it to Howard.
And they're trying to keep the ball on the same side of the floor. They don't want you to revert.
There's Hole. Got by Howard. Hole hangs inside. Michell, catch and shoot. Oh, had the 3-ball. Hangs, feeds Charles. And Charles shot off the mark. Driving on Canada, draws the foul.
Good decision. You felt like that was an opportunity right there to really push the tempo.
And now a message from Keller and Kelsey. More aggressive, more effective here lately. And Hillman traveled. Atlanta had just 1 turnover in the first half. They've turned it over. Indiana's taken much better care of the ball. Boston and Charles getting tangled up underneath. The call is on Charles. By Atlanta to start the third quarter. Knocks down the first. Tickets available at fever.com, feverbasketball.com/ticket. Canada dials up a 3 off the mark.
Green.
An 8-0 run from Indiana. They've cut the deficit in half. Boston's foul. Indiana's done a great job to pair her. You want to make this doable when you hit the fourth. Defensive end, Indiana picking up the intensity a little bit more.
Well, once Christie Sides called that, you got to keep chipping away right here, Pat.
Beaver fans, listen. Beaver have lost just twice. Minnesota came in here and got a win on Friday.
And they defend.
He's been here the last few games of the quarter. Boston rolls that first free throw. He was unanimous Rookie of the Year. And how about this? Aliyah Boston, a 70% three, will take it on the drive, leaning in, drawing the foul. And
since Michell was fighting over the top, does her thing.
And cashes in on the end. Boston fakes the pass, spins inside and finishes. Incredible line. Canada drives and gets to the rim but couldn't finish. Was it up there? Difficult look.
6-5, Aliyah Boston.
This was a 4-point
pressure all game.
Clark, a problem for Canada there. But when Clark gets going, you hear it from the crowd. It's Tina Charles. And Clark gets the foul call. Well, that's a
balance, rhythm, speed, quickness is.
And Clark, who is the league's put it up there, Canada heaves. And that shot won't fall. Benley, handoff Clark, launches and hits a three. We've erased that lead in 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
But in the air to Wheeler.
Oh, Clark. Stepping back, leaning in and drawing the foul. Fading toward the sideline, got to get your feet in. Canada knocks.
Really good on-ball defender. Twice she's been on the
off. Michell off the screen, all sorts of space. Ahead, Michell beats the pack back. Gray being watched by Hull, flips it up, off balance shot. Boston step through a blocking foul and an and one.
And then the blocking foul by Hull.
Clark leaning into Canada, just got it up off the glass. Made buckets. That's the Fever signature move, and Tina Charles feeds into Benley, running the floor. Set there is Howard, transition three.
Ryan Howard
puts on the break, sets up Boston, who beats the shot clock.
Nice.
And Electric drives underneath, feeds it into Hillman, scoops it up, draws the foul.
The drive baseline and then that 45-degree cut, some timing cut.
This game a little. Clark seeing two. Lexie Hull launches. This is her first and had it knocked away. Aliyah Gray.
When they run coverage for Indiana, that's going to, Ryan Howard's going to have that.
Up 9. Here's Gray with some space. Fire away.
Got to dig in. Yeah, both teams look a little fatigued.
However, Christie Side says she was worried about the possibility of a technical in the situation, trying to deal with her emotions and still remaining a passionate player.
Couldn't get herself stopped, hit the difficult look anyway as Gray can't connect inside. Fever basketball.
In fact, Benley goes for the big-time block. Inbounded quickly before the challenge.
Charles, Gray will launch a three. That one skips out. Charles and Ball.
Fantastic job and a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet, but her.
Clark inside, got it to Boston, who lays it in. Inside for Howard, who hangs and finishes. Court pass hole is open and hits a three. Charles, back screen, Howard is open, can't answer with a three. Clark, backdoor pass and Hull is deflected. Hillman hits the deck. Benley got a hand in there. Boston goes to work, spins, flips it up, and flips it in. Charles stepping back on Boston. Shot won't fall. Michell. Here is Michell on the attack, flips it up and draws the foul. Michell to the line. And now a message from Keller & Keller.
Every year of Kelsey Mitchell's career, except for this one and her second.
Howard has been electric. That shot short. Tips it up and 16 offensive rebounds. And Canada gets the angle. Looking to push. Ahead for Benley. Level again. Howard fires. Misses on a three. Michell pulls down the. Clark sidesteps Gray. And leaves a three ball. Well, for a game that at times...
But Atlanta is coming off an overtime game.
Free up Howard. Canada had it knocked away. Lexie Hull grab it. Remember, Hull had a huge steal in it. Howard spinning. Howard flips it up. Shot won't fall. The whistle.
I mean, you knew Howard was going to take the shot when she had it inside. Advance the ball.
3.4 between...
Trying to rim. Although that horn set did give Caitlin Clark a wide open. Out of bounds, though, is always Kelsey Michell.
Without very much space. Always a little tempting.
Out of bounds plays.
Lexie hold it inbound. Caitlin Clark in the lane right now. Back to Boston. Boston turns the corner, gets to the rim and ties the game. And now a kick out Hillman. Hillman driving on Fagbenle. Shot won't fall. Let's keep playing here from Indianapolis. That led to the deflection, the out of bounds. You don't mind Hillman if you're Indiana.
It's the kind of execution you got to have right down the stretch.
That Atlanta won't have it. But a lot to play for here for both of these.
The lower right leg injury for Vegas. This has been a fantastic game. Indiana.
This is 3 straight for Howard, so you can make a case now.
Here, let's play another 5. I'm good with it.
First Horrius over Dallas. Boston wins the tip. 5 minutes. Clark led that furious comeback and gets us started here in overtime. Canada open. Can't hit on the 3. Back, going behind the back from the logo. And Gray beating everybody back on the other end.
Goodbye, running in.
Boston with 26. Howard driving on Hull. Hull gets a hand in there, and Howard hits it anyway. Get back defensively here. Howard driving into Boston and draws the foul. She misses her first free throw. Now 6 of a long time now. Has managed to stay on the floor. Howard missed him. Clark back for Fagbenle. She is open and knocks it down. Double team. Here's Canada on the drive. Hangs. Difficult look. Canada gets
on the ball.
It's the 4th on Canada. They still have this time to Hull and an offensive foul.
Boston getting called for an illegal screen.
Howard on Hull. Howard spins, fades, fires, and puts it. Charles sticks with her. Oh, Michell, tough shot. Boston cleans up. To drive, Charles has to fire. Misses on a 3. Not a lot of ball moves.
That's an important defensive play by Aliyah Gray because subbed for defensive purposes and set your defense.
Draw up a play here, and you can imagine going to at least compose Boston. This time it's one-on-one, and Boston wins the battle. Back out, Hull repost Boston. This time it's one-on-one, and Boston wins.
All the data comes into play right now. It's what you feel with your gut. And Lexie Hull waits till Nas Hillman leaves.
So it's been the back and forth between Howard and with Boston. Bigger in that she can create her own shot and really get a good. Indiana looking for win number 9.
On ball side block, I'd look for a direct pass first.
On the breaks, Boston is there. Howard leaves it short. Boston tips the. Boston's double teamed. Boston trying to fight through it. And strong. Hull tips it up. Howard, can she save it? Oh, they're going to save it.
Organized. That was a direct pass to the block.
Also, Atlanta had a foul to give. That was intentional or not. And Clark is fouled again. I'm a little surprised by this. They
make 2, which makes it a 2-possession game.
Between the 2. And Clark calmly knocks down the free throws. So I guess I thought that when they ran that real quick play on the last 2 triple-doubles. Tyrese Halliburton. This 4-point lead is Indiana's largest in the second half.
I like Kelsey Michell being on the ball right here.
Howard flips it up, hangs, shot too strong, gets a rebound. Ball come up in these huge moments. Although she misses a free throw.
It's only going up.
Oh, she missed them both. And Canada flips it up and gets it to go. Inbound Clark. It'll take one more.
Don't get close enough to foul.
And Caitlin Clark has slammed the door. And the Fever overcome a 16-point deficit.